Thanks for clicking on State of the City. My name's Todd Prafke. I'm the City Administrator here in St. Peter, and today is July 18th, and I'm here to do two primary things. Talk about the workshop from just last night, just on the 17th, and a few tidbits of information that I hope make your life, work, or visit here to St. Peter better. So let me jump into it. I got a bunch of things going on. First of all, here's a visual presentation, really the packet that the council saw last Friday for their meeting on Monday night, and as you can see, there are a number of items that they're talking about on there. The first of which was a visit from the Coalition of Greater Minnesota Cities. Now, this is an association of Greater Minnesota outstate communities. There's about 80 or 90 of us that are all together, and Bradley Peterson from the coalition gave us a presentation about some of the things that happened at the state legislature. This group does a few things, but certainly one of its primary things is legislative awareness, legislative lobbying, all kinds of different things. And although I've talked about this before, Bradley bought some really interesting kind of things related to what happens with local government aid in St. Peter and what the various proposals were, whether they were from the governor or from the state legislature, who they were from, about what local government aid should be within our community. And as some of you may know, the state was in almost $1 billion surplus, and so the state has had a partnership arrangement with local units of government like St. Peter that are property poor. And we've talked about before on this show that upwards of 30+% of the property in St. Peter does not pay property taxes, and that's what kind of throws us into this category of being property poor and the level of services that are necessary within any community. And anyway, local government aid is used by the city council to buy down property taxes dollar for dollar. They don't store it away, they don't do anything like that. They look at it as revenue, and it goes to buy down property taxes. And so more local government aid for St. Peter is generally better, and so Bradley talked about that along with a bunch of other things. So anyway, I want to thank Bradley for being there, and if you want more information about the coalition, they have a nice website with lots of information on it, or give us a ring. I'll be happy to talk some more about what the coalition does and what our association is with the Coalition of Greater Minnesota Cities. The council also talked about the Capitol Room and loading zone and parking and lots of different things related to that, and a change in what's allowed for parking in parking lot number 5, not just for them or for their use, but still public use, but changing the hours, certainly stimulated by the Capitol Room. And so if you don't know what the Capitol Room is, it is the old Armory, and it's not in operation yet, but it will come to be in the near future, starting in September sometime, an event center. So we're really excited to see a new use for that, but with an event center that might host a wedding reception or things like that, there's a need for parking. And we do have lots of available parking downtown, but will this put a stress on it? Might put a little bit more of a stress on it, and frankly, that's a great sign for downtown. Activity in a downtown is a great sign. So anyway, the city council talked about that and is likely to take some action in the near future about whether there should be a loading zone. So again, if you're going to that wedding reception, how do you drop grandma off? Where do you do that? Is it in the back? Can it be in the front? What if they're not handicapped? It just is hard to get around. A lot of things like that were discussed. So anyway, watch for some more of that discussion, and if you have thoughts or ideas, we're always happy to hear from you about that. The last one that I'll mention out of the number of items that were on this agenda was council wage review. I do have to be clear and say the council didn't ask for this, other than the fact that there's a resolution that says, City Administrator, bring this issue to us every other year about this time on odd number years. Under the state law, if they want to change their wages, they have to do that in advance of the election. And as you know, we're odd year elections for those local elections. And so this is about the right time to talk about that. So that issue was brought up to them, and they asked me to do just a little bit of research and come back and visit with them at their goal setting session, which is in a couple of weeks, the last Monday in July. So those are the big items. Let me talk about some of the tidbits of information. Recreational fires. We've had some great information in the hot sheet about recreational fires and the rules surrounding that. Please be courteous to your neighbors. Burn really dry stuff if you're having a recreational fire. Don't throw cups or plastic bags or those kind of things in there. That's against the rules. That's against the law. But make sure as you're having recreational fires that you think about people that might be allergic to that, or the quality of the air and how long you have it going and how big it is and all those things. Again, there's some great information in the hot sheet, and we'd like you to review that, and please be cognizant of your neighbors and courteous to your neighbors as you have recreational fires. I also want to mention speed enforcement. We do regular speeding enforcement every day of the week. However, there's going to be additional overtime in what we call a wave that comes through starting on, I think it's July 21st, so just a few days from now, we'll have another wave of additional speed enforcement within our community. And so watch for that. Be careful. Drive safely. Those speed limits are there for a reason, and we want you to drive safely. And frankly, we want you around for the next time to watch State of the City video blog. I also have to mention that elections are coming up, and so filing for local election, mayor and city council positions starts on August 1st and goes through August 15th. And so the mayor is up for election. Susie Carlin in Ward 1 is up for election. Roger Paris in Ward 1, the North Ward, is up for election, and Stephen Grams in the South Ward are up for election. Those are on an alternating basis. The mayor is a 2-year term, so every 2 years the mayor is up, and every 4 years council seats are up. And so it alternates North and South, 2 and 1, 1 and 2. And so if you're interested in that, come on down. There's an application to file up. I think it's $5 now to file for election. Love to see you. Love to have people that are interested in serving the community. It's a big job, and so if you want more information about that, time commitments, number of meetings, those kind of things, just let us know. We'll be happy to share that information with you as we can. Also, we have started every week recycling. So if you didn't have your recycling out this week, you blew it. But next week, and the next week, and the next week, and the next week. So on your regular day, the same as refuse pickup, we have recycling every day. So watch for that. Use that. We want to get our recycling numbers up and our garbage numbers, weights down. And so this is one of the ways that we can do that. By doing that, garbage up, recycling up, garbage down in weights, we all save money, and so that's good, and I think we're doing something better for the environment as well. So watch for that. Please use that. And if you need to switch around your Kirby's for recycling bigger, smaller, or get rid of one if you already have two, like I think we're going to do at the Prafke house, just give us a call. We'll be happy to get that set up for you to change around the number of Kirby's or the size of Kirby that you have. I also want to mention the hospital again, River's Edge. I always love to mention River's Edge and about the big discussion we have going on related to a potential expansion. River's Edge has urgent care and emergency services and is just doing a bang-up, wonderful job for people in our community. And we're hoping to continue to expand the kind of services that you can get here locally. One of my friends just had knee replacement up there, and although I haven't talked to him yet, his wife said he was doing great. Heard a lot of positive comments about the Ortho Edge as well. So our hospital's doing great stuff. I also have to mention, as I go through my list here, Solar Choice. I mentioned this last time, and I think we're up to almost 30 panels, people that have subscribed to solar energy through the solar farm, solar garden that's in the Owatonna area. If you're interested, there's some great information on our website, but you can certainly give us a call if you'd like. But Solar Choice, you know, a great fact is that 60+% of the homes in town are not well situated to have solar panels on their roof. Maybe they're facing the wrong direction, or the roof's the wrong direction, or they've got trees that are in the way or partially in the way. This is a great opportunity to buy your little slice of the sun. You get a credit on your electric utility bill based on how much energy the solar panel you subscribe to produces every month. So anyway, watch for that. If you need more information, we're happy to provide that to you. Oh, I'm having a tough time with my... Here we go. A free public event that's going to be on August 16th. Normally I don't broadcast other events, but diversity is an important issue within our community, and we have a number of community organizations, Region 9, the Blandon Foundation, the YMCA, and certainly the school district are supporting this opportunity at the community center on August 16th to talk about forums on race. Wonderful opportunity to talk about changes in our community and join in on the community conversation. I also want to mention Traverse Green. If I haven't talked about that before, I want to make sure that I cover it here. Traverse Green, we just closed on another house out there, a nice family. I know the folks that went out there this time, so it was fun to visit with them. They were so excited to buy a house. We're so excited for them out at Traverse Green. So if you want more information about affordable housing, workforce housing, and we can give you some discounts based on what your income is, it's a great opportunity to check in on housing. I also have to mention, if you have a dog and you're running that dog around, you're making it walk on the sidewalks, keeping its exercise up, And well, you got to pick up after your dogs. We have dogs at our house, so we pick up after them too. It's not the most pleasant task, but we do it. Please do so and make sure that it gets disposed of properly. I also want to mention our hot sheet. This is our weekly newsletter that comes out via email. You can also catch it on our website. But if you are interested in getting it to at your computer, at your desktop, let us know. Give us a call. We'll be happy to send it to you, put you on the list for subscription. And here's how you can contact us. There's our email address. There's our website where a lot of this information that I talked about can also be seen on. And we would love it if you would like us on Facebook. There's our Facebook address. A lot of stuff today. Thanks for clicking on State of the City. It's always great to see you. Hope to see you again next time.